and made it into money under the terrorism. So we go into this dynamic, and the crackers begin to realize that a lot of these slave rebellions, they don't record. They don't record a lot of them. How we were rising up and fighting these crackers. I love that term. I also love, which before I leave tonight, I cannot leave out Sharon LeBee. Don't you ever mention the name of Nat Turner out of your mouth again, or did my beans to give you a props of Simon Bolivar, or any of our great revolutionaries, if you cannot honor Sharon LeBee. If you cannot honor that brother. And you got these crackers all over Miami, to hell with these crackers. I don't care if they die, all of them need to die. And you got them all over Miami, the jump on cars, unmarked car, tinted windows. You got a brother who's down for defending themselves. They jumping on the brother. He said, no, I ain't tell you this. He don't know who the hell they are. And goddamn defend themselves from these goddamn terrorists jumping out on them. So what the crackers do? They call crackers from almost all over the country, looking for this brother. Here they say in this system, which is a hypocritical cracker down, and I can say something else, there wasn't children here. Here in this system, you have what they say, you're innocent until proven guilty, but not if you're good. Innocent until proven guilty, but when they were looking for Sharon LeBee, they said, we're looking for a cop killer. That's just another term they use for saying nigga. And I'll get into that in a second. Primitive white supremacy and modern white supremacy. So they said that we're looking for a cop killer, which rhymes with nigga. And then when they find him, they say it was a shootout. But everyone who lives in the complex said they ain't had no shooting. The whole dynamic, his body was found someplace else, and they actually sat there and executed his brother. Like Mark Furman said, he's no exception to the rule. He has exposed them, not as in testifying or giving testimony, but boasting. He said the police is God on the street, he said. Remember that. He talked about the fraternal orders of the police. He was also good old boy, man of the year, or nigga hunter of the year for the good old boy roundup and the good old boy network. This same Mark Furman talked about how he beat black men and women, brown men and women, our Chicanos brothers and sisters on the West Coast. He talked about how he said he will beat Chicanos and black people until we defecated on ourselves and urinated and vomited on ourselves. He talked about how you can smell the scent when you walk in the actual police department, for how bad they beat us and how we choked in blood and all of these things. He talked about one time, he said, that they went to this complex where brothers and sisters was, and they wanted to get the brothers in the apartment upstairs, so they found a sister downstairs just walking, and they grabbed her by the hand, put a gun to her head. He said this now. He said that if y'all don't open the door, and his exact words, not being vulgar, but it is the female of the species known as Canaan from your area when you speak so-called proper English. He said, we'll kill this bitch if you don't open the door. So he said, when they did, they took her to the top of the stairs, and they threw her down, and the other was there, and they opened the door and beat those brothers, broke their bodies, and beat them to blood, he said. He's no exception to the rule. You had this whole thing with O.J. Simpson coming up again. Like I said, we have a heart of gold and we forget. We forgive and forget. Cracker never forgives and forgets. O.J. Simpson killed that cracker woman. That's the only thing he got going for him. Killed that cracker woman. And then, the killing the cracker woman, he's acquitted. That means you straight. When Robert Blake went to court, they're not talking about him no more. Even though they found a gun and a bullet that matched the one in his wife. That cracker got off, they ain't said nothing about it. But O.J. Simpson, through Mark Furman and the good old boy network, this white supremacist secret society that they use in the police departments and law enforcement and white supremacist organizations throughout this country to hunt us down. And this network with the feds developed this scheme to finally deal with their O.J. problem. Because this cracker messed up his career, this cracker. Johnny Cochran, one of the greatest that ever walked amongst us. And his death is very mysterious. Dying of what they call a cerebral hemorrhage, which is quite strange. It's like a great comrade of mine, Dr.Alli Muhammad, who basically passed by being poisoned and those particular dynamics around him and those things of the way they murder us. So Johnny Cochran was getting ready to be prepared, as he called it, developing a reparations dream team, he called it. That's what he called it. Now we know how bad Johnny Cochran, when he got in the court, Cracker just curled up and just said, okay, you know, I want to cop a plea. They feared him because it's one thing being a lawyer and attorney is not how good you are, or sometimes not so much who you know, but how charismatic you are. And he was that charismatic. They were going to actually bankrupt America. It was that serious. So, take Johnny Cochran. Now, they took him out, but Johnny Cochran got OJR. Now, why do I talk about reparations? You got some people that say that any person that talks about reparations don't listen to them because this is not going to happen. Let me tell you something. White Jews who were in Germany, Hitler's grandfather was a Jew. Researched it, that's a fact. Experienced what was known as the Holocaust in Europe. They talk about how there were like 20 ghettos, you know, and all of this, and how hard that wasn't the Holocaust. But we got like 5, 10, 20, 30 ghettos in one hood. In one hood. And that's not including the whole damn city. So our Holocaust is still existing. We're still dealing with our Adolf Hitlers and Bushes right now. We're still dealing with our Tony Blair. We're still dealing with our crackers now. Right here. So we deal with this dynamic with the whole thing of their experience and all of that. But by the power of America, they got paid $100 billion by Germany. And America gives Israel $4 to $7 billion a year, a white terrorist, criminal, settler colony. Any cracker that comes around you and says he's a Jew, the first thing you need to ask is, what is your mindset on Israel? And they ain't denying Israel. It's not even really Israel. We're talking about a scriptural dynamic because it said that God and the Messiah was supposed to give you Israel. We're talking scripturally speaking now. You don't just, you supposedly went through a Holocaust, but you come in and give another people a Holocaust? That ain't right. And then the real land issue ain't even been brought up yet. Because we're talking about the people who were destroyed even before the white heritage got there. That's another topic for another time. So in dealing with that, this whole Holocaust thing, they were given $100 billion by the power and might of America. Israel received $4 to $7 trillion a year. $7 billion without asking the taxpayers one damn thing. And then recently, Switzerland just gave them $200 million by the might of America. A Holocaust museum was built for them on these shores when their Holocaust took place on another distant shore by their own white brothers. That's white on white terrorism, buddy. So anyway, in dealing with that particular whole kind of dynamic of things, they got $200 million in this country to build a Holocaust museum. And they get $56 million a year for operating expenses. Pencils, paper clips, pens, and all of that. And $18 million of that comes out of the pocket of those who pay taxes, as they say. So, not that I give a damn for these cracker taxes, but just in that particular kind of dynamic of things. So, here we deal with this particular thing, and you talk about it's not practical. What if the white Jews who didn't even have a Holocaust, and I still can't verify how many died, not disrespecting, but just keeping it real, because the only stat the Red Cross had, they said it was 30,000 people. That was the only record. And the only other thing I got is somebody showing me some tattoos in their arms. I really don't know what happened. And if it really happened, how it happened, not to say I'm denying it, because Hitler was a no good bastard and he did kill people. I'm not denying that, but let's not erase what happened. We can't erase that. We got to roll back to that. Before the Holocaust happened, where was the Holocaust first? In Ethiopia. Over 5 million Ethiopians were killed by the Nazis before one cracker died in Germany. We had black people in South Africa that was murdered by these crackers, and the white Jews in South Africa. I don't care what niggas running it now. Black men acting like a cracker. I don't care what the niggas running South Africa now, that the Bears and the Oppenheimers are still exploiting our people. White Jews, Rothschild, white boy, which means that I don't care if you're a Jew, an Italian, a Spanish, a white Arab, a white American, a cracker is a cracker to me. Even if it's a Ritz cracker, or a Keebler cracker, or a Food Line cracker, or a Arnie's cracker, or a so-called Safeway cracker, or a CVS cracker, or a Walgreens cracker. A cracker is a cracker, is a cracker, is a cracker, and will always be a cracker to me. So we deal with this particular dynamic of how we really don't know how it went down, but check this out. After they did this destruction in Africa, then they went into Germany. What was the first thing Hitler said? Hitler said that we are going to the Rhineland to take care of the niggas in the Rhineland. That's the first place he went, where we were in Germany, and killed us and actually sterilized black women. Why are we talking about that part of the Holocaust, buddy? You always tell me, VV had nothing to do with, your bondage, V one dead, we fight, in the civil rights movement. Yeah, you taught us how to sit down and get the help you out for your own agenda.